So it's a bit of a grey day today down here at the Dinner Quay mooring, but I'm meeting some friends for lunch in a couple of hours. There's supposed to be thunderstorms coming sometime in the next hour or so, but I'm going to take the opportunity to have a quick wander around Coconut Grove, see what all the fuss is about in Miami's historic district. Yeah, good morning. It's about just come up to 8 o'clock and I'm getting ready to leave, heading down to Pumpkin Key, down at the bottom end of Biscayne Bay. Had a great few days here, or a couple of days in Coconut Grove. Would have been nice to stay longer and get up to South Beach, go to downtown Miami, but I've got a bit of a narrow weather window, so that means I've got to push on for the next few days. Okay, so slight change of plans. Plan A was I was going to anchor over there, just outside Angelfish Creek, which is where I came in last year, and that's the last anchorage from here down quite a bit. I think Rodriguez Key is the next one that's suitable, and that's like, 30-40 odd miles. So obviously I wasn't going to be able to make that long passage today. So what I've decided is, instead of anchoring here and going out and then down through the ocean side, I'm actually going to continue down through the sound side and go along the Intracoastal. That way I can basically sail as long as it's sailable, depending. I mean, I've managed so far to sail the channels, but it'll get to the point where I have to motor them. But that way I can continue to work good progress down tonight, find somewhere to anchor, and then I can get an early start again tomorrow. That will effectively, I think I've worked out, will buy me about half a day on the trip, which is pretty useful considering the kind of weather window I've got and the front that comes through on Wednesday. I really want to be well clear, ideally in the lake, in the entrance up to the haul out place. Oh yeah, the other thing I have to think about with the overnight pastures, so I can't motor on the overnight pastures because I can't see the I can't keep a lookout to avoid the crab pots and the buoys, but I can sail, and if I hit a crab pot, then usually I can just do a kind of 360 and drop the crab pot off the keel and carry on. Also, if I stay in the Everglades National Park, then there are no crab pots in there, so that's another option of, hugging the kind of edge of the park through the night and then cutting out during the day. So that's anyway, that's my kind of general plan. We'll see how it pans out.
I didn't do that for you. I kept the motor. I was saying, I would like.
The only downside of going through the Intracoastal was handling the wake from the powerboats that sped past me. I waved gratefully to those few who slowed down. The others were probably already too far away to see my hand gestures to them. Had I not been in such a hurry, it would have been nice to stop for lunch. Morning, early start this morning, just after 7 got going. Couldn't go any earlier because I need it to be light enough to see the crab pot buoys. So yeah, wind's expected to fill in a bit later on, but I'm motoring obviously at the moment, and I could put the jib up and get an extra 1/4 of a knot, but then I wouldn't be able to see where I was going as easily, so I'm going to leave it down until either the wind picks up or I get to a point where I don't need to keep a vigilant eye on for crab pots. So I'm trying to get to Snake River tonight, which is about 55 miles, hence the early start.
Look ahead, look astern, look the weather in the lee. Blow high, blow low, and so sail we. I see a wreck to windward and a lofty ship to lee, a sailing down along the coast of high Barbery. Then hail her, oh captain, he called o'er the side. Blow high, blow low, and so sail we. Oh, are you a pirate or a man of war, he cried, a sailing down along the coast of high Barbery.
So that's Cape Sable, the first corner on the Florida Peninsula. I've got to go another 5 or 6 miles to get around the next corner and turn more to the north.
Then back up your topsails and heave your vessel to. Blow high, blow low, and so sail we.
Another long day, 52 something nautical miles. Had hoped to do a little bit more actually. Just south of Shark River, that's Shark River up there, and that's where I anchored on the way down. Anyway, fingers crossed, comfortable night, and then I can get going again early doors tomorrow morning. Because I'm in the Everglades National Park, I'm clear of crab pots for a while, so I might try to get going a little bit before light, with the thought that by the time I get out of the park it will be light, and that'll give me a head start because I've got another 50 plus nautical miles tomorrow to get to Marcos Island.
Sailing down along the coast of high Barbery, sailing down along the coast of high Barbery, sailing down along the coast of high Barbery.
Morning, it's just coming up to 5:45. I got going at right around 5:45 this morning. Beautiful sunrise this morning, absolutely still night. As soon as the sun went down, the wind died down completely. It was a little buggy, a few mosquitoes. Fortunately, it was cool enough to keep the hatches and everything closed. I probably should have anchored. There's a few boats anchored much further out, which, given the fact the conditions so calm, I could have done. Probably should have done, and that keeps you, gets you away from the mosquitoes. But anyway, it was fine. I was getting bitten this morning, that's for sure. I was just tooling along a bit earlier on, and all of a sudden a bloody dolphin just leapt out just over the side of the boat. Gave me a bit of a shock. But yeah, nice morning. Be light in the next half hour or so. Conditions in the Marco Pass are a little bit nicer than they were when I last left here. But yeah, what a difference. But, you know, basically flat calm, motoring the whole way. I managed to get the sails up occasionally for, you know, a bit of half a knot assistance, but yeah, and it's coming up 5:45 now. So that's right around 12 hours. I've been going again, trying to get an early start again tomorrow. So at least I'm leaving the channel here at first light. Cheers. Anchored, refilled the diesel tank, did my log. You know, average 4.5 knots for just over 12 hours. That's pretty good going. I think I'm going to make myself an omelette tonight and then early to bed. (6:45) and I'm on my way out of the Marco Pass. Sunrise is supposed to be at 7. It's still pretty dark for 15 minutes before sunrise, and my plan was to get out of the pass as it gets light, so then when I turn north I can see the crab pots. I may have to keep my fingers crossed for half an hour or so until it really does get light. It's pretty confusing trying to find my way out, because there's a couple of different channels in this area, so the lights are a little, you know, there's flashing lights everywhere, and then against the background of all the building lights as well. So I'm putting my faith in GPS as well.
Close my eyes, you're looking back at me. As real as autumn air I take and breathe.
So that's the Fort Myers bridge. I don't know what it's called, but I think of it as the Fort Myers Bridge, and that really is, for me, that's the entrance and exit from the ocean. So when I get back inside that, then I'll be in the Intracoastal all the way up to Charlotte Harbour. It's only 1:30 now, so I've got another 5 hours or so of northward travel, which will get me up to, I hope, Cabbage Key, or even better, Pelican Bay.
Through the narrows near Lake Elsevier, memories cover my eyes and glimpses of you onto every passing mile. I see them in the sun.
Dolphins are crazy. They're not getting much fun out of me, but I just saw them playing in the wake of a speedboat that was ripping along doing, you know, pretty bloody fast, and they were just behind the engines, just jumping in and out. Absolutely incredible. And given the lunacy of the boat drivers in this particular channel, you know, they really know their stuff, these dolphins.
You hear following the trail our souls took years ago.
Another familiar location. I'm back in Pelican Bay. The start of my very first anchorage on the trip was here, and yeah, I was going to stop at Cabbage Key on the way up, but I was making good time. I had a bit of a following wind behind me, so I was doing over 5 knots a lot of the time. And also Cabbage Key, that anchorage, the wake of all the passing boats, it does apparently die down in the evenings, but you know, just the number of boats that pass me on the way up and getting battered by their wake every few minutes, I didn't fancy. So yeah, I'm in here. Also means a few miles less tomorrow. Sun's still pretty high. Yeah, 6:45. Another long day. That was what, 6:45 to 6:45. Yeah, 12 hours. But I must have done about 60 miles. Let's see what I did. 59.34. So almost 60 miles in 12 hours. 5 knot average. That's pretty good. So yeah, I'll do my log. I'm going to have a beer and then cook my dinner. That is bloody good. Okay. 6:45 underway.
Close my eyes, you're looking back at me. Out of all the mother's beauty that I've seen, there is none more beautiful than you to me.
It's always unnerving leaving Pelican Bay because you have to go so close to the shore to stay in the channel. Should just be a fairly short sail, 3-4 hours. Wind's pretty stiff, kind of 20 knots coming out of the south. So I'm just going to put the jib up and let it drag me along and sit back and relax.
All this time we had to prove that we could stand here too. All the nights been pushing through, fight for all we had to lose. Reaching out for something to pull us up to level ground. Oh, I can see it now, I can see it now. We're on the edge of a moment, the night of our doubt, now we're diving in. The light up ahead, we're running to it. We're on the edge, now we're diving in. Stay a while and you'll see that every broken dream fit together flawlessly, pave the road to better things, letting go of the moments that could only keep us down. I can see it now.
Of course, perfect timing. Gusting 25 knots just as I come into the super narrow, super shallow channel. Hopefully the wind will help pin me against the side of the lock. Actually no, I think it's pushed me again away in this direction. Okay, camera down, nerve-wracking. Goodbye lock. I won't miss you for another few months.
Can you see it now? We're on the edge of a
I'm just about home.